We are going to do something a little bit festive today with the Greytech stairs and railings tools. So the Greytech PowerPack is Greytech's add-in for advanced steel. When installed, you can see the PowerPack ribbon here, and then we have a stairs and railings vault which has its own pallet, and in the railings tools we have some standard railing. Now these railings will work on beams as the standard advanced steel macros, but they will also work on points or lines. You don't actually need beam elements to create your railings. So for this example, we'll choose lines, and here I've already pre-drawn my Christmas tree shape. This is approximately 20 meters by about 12.5 meters. So all we do, we select the polyline, right click. The macro then asks us, are we connecting to beams, plates or gratings? Well, in this example today we're not connecting to anything, so we can just right click to ignore that. Now one of the key points with the Greytech railing macros is, do you want to specify your own post positions? So rather than the macro working it out based on maximum centers, we can actually click our own post positions if we wanted to. For today's example, I want my tree to be symmetrical, so I'm going to say no, I don't want to provide post base points, and no, we don't want to provide a nosing point. What the system will then do is it will read the polyline that we've created, and it will apply what we have called our standard railing to it. And you can see in here we now have our standard railing with the top rail and the mid rail. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go to the middle handrail. We're just going to turn the middle handrail off in here. Now one thing, if you haven't seen these macros before, we do now have the option to split the handrail. So at the moment this is obviously, apart from the corners, all one long length. If we wanted to, we could split on maximum distances, maximum lengths of post, or we could say no, I want to split it on post number 4, for example. So if you haven't seen these macros before, you do have the option to split the macro, split the rail within the macro. What we're going to do for this Christmas tree example is we're going to look at the infill type. So if I come to the infill tab and I change my infill type to panels, this will allow us to create glass panels or grating panels inside the macro. So it's not something that we have to do manually outside of the macro. The macro will model each piece of panel, or in today's example, each piece of glass. And it will then also model in the clamps that are required for it as well. So just to keep it on the Christmas theme, what I've done today is I've set my panels to green and I've set my railings to red for the sort of tinsel. But you can see in here, the panels at the moment are created from plate. They are all offset 30 millimeters from the top rail, the bottom rail and the posts. And the system then is actually putting in these clamps as special parts for us. And in the corners, it is putting in clamps. There are only values for certain angles, so that's why they're not all completely perfect. But you can see there, we have with the Greytech PowerPack for advanced steel standard railing tools, we've managed to create a railing system based on a polyline input. We can split the top rails if we need to, and we can create all the glass panels. And as we are in December, we've decided, or I've decided today, just to put them into a Christmas tree shape to show you what can be achieved with these macros.
great tech.